Hi everyone and welcome to your 45-minute lunchtime flow. We're open to all levels, just keep going along, see how it goes. If you have any injuries or anything I might need to know about in particular, please write in the conversation chat group on the side of the screen. You can also find a playlist in there if you would like to play something while you practice. Then go ahead, but maybe you just need a little bit of peace and quiet. I'm going to be running a few classes weekly online. If, like me, you've got a little bit of extra time at home on your hands at the moment, it's a great opportunity to just really ground yourself, take a moment out from all the chaos that is going on around us, to breathe and to move our bodies. So let's get started. We're going to start lying on our backs in Supta Baddha Konasana. So soles of the feet together to touch. And just lie down flat. One hand onto your heart and one hand onto your stomach. And if this pose is a little bit too intense in the hip area, you can just straighten out the legs, or you can place cushions or any props you might have underneath the knees. And just let yourself settle down here. Start to connect to your breath. And really feel the expansion beneath your hands as you breathe. Starting to introduce that full body breath. So we spend a lot of our time breathing just in our chest. So trying to breathe down deep into the stomach here. Noticing how long and how slow you can make each inhalation and each exhalation. For those of you that are a little newer to the practice, we're going to start to engage our Ujjayi breath here. And that's an audible inhalation and exhalation through the nose. We slightly constrict the back of the throat and breathe in and out the nose. To your 45 minutes lunchtime flow. We're open to all levels. Allow your breath to just be an anchor here. So whatever else might go on during the practice or in your mind over the next 45 minutes, allow your breath to anchor you into this moment. If your eyes are closed, gently open them up and bring your knees together to touch and hug them in towards your chest. Give yourself a little squeeze. Maybe a gentle rock side to side, feels nice on the lower back. And then rock and roll your way all the way up to seated. And we're going to make our way onto all fours. So knees hip width apart, hands underneath shoulders. And we'll take a few rounds of cat and cow from here. So inhale as you drop the stomach, arch the back, bring the gaze up. Exhale as you round the spine and bring the chin towards the chest. Inhale as you arch, find that opening. And exhale as you round. Keep moving like this to the speed of your own breath. And maybe add in some other movements here, some twists or turns or figure of 8 movements. Just allowing yourself to move in whatever way feels good. Maybe noticing what the quality of your energy is like today. And gently bring yourself back to stillness. I'm going to take a toes down from here. So tucking the toes under and sit back onto your heels. If it feels really intense, you can maybe place a block, if you have one, in between your heels and your seat bones. Alternatively, you can just grab a cushion, a towel, a blanket, something underneath in between your heels and your seat bones. And we're just going to stay here in stillness for a few breaths. Really think about where you're breathing into your body. So maybe bring your hand down to your stomach once more and feeling the expansion as you inhale. Notice as we start stressing one area of our body, if that tension is creeping up anywhere else. So checking in with your upper body, your arms, shoulders, hands, and then all the way up into your jaw, your forehead. And just staying here for a few more moments, maybe starting to feel a little bit more intensity in the pose, in the sensations. If you need a break at any point, feel free to just lean forwards onto your fingertips and then come back and join us when you're ready. What we're doing here is we're getting into the deep fascial tissue on the soles of the feet. And that fascia tissue joins all the way up the whole back line of your body, all the way to your skull. So we're really working into the back line of our body. Last few breaths here, really focusing on your Ujjayi breath. And gently release the pose. Come back onto your hands and knees and maybe just tap out the tops of the feet. Find a little bit of release, maybe rotate the ankles a couple of times. And then from here, reach your right arm forwards and at the same time kick your left leg backwards. Imagine you're kicking into a wall behind you with your left leg. And really press down with your left hand. Try not to sink into the shoulder. Bring your knee and elbow together. Kick back. And again, bring your knee towards your elbow. Kick it back. One more time, knee towards your elbow. Kick it back, pause here. Come back to center and in your own time, swap sides. So reaching the left arm forwards, right leg back. Really engage the muscles in that right leg as if you were kicking into something behind you. Pull your tummy button in and up towards your spine, light up your core. And then again, moving slowly, knee to elbow. Kick back, knee to elbow, kick it back. Last one like this, knee to elbow, kick it back. And make your way back to center. Take an inhale through the nose. And as you exhale, take downward facing dog. So we're making an inverted V shape here. And start by checking in with your foundation, so your hands and your feet. Root down with each fingertip, each knuckle pad. And then check in with the feet too. Make sure your feet are at least hip width apart. You can go wider if that feels good. And have the intention of reaching the heels down towards the mat. Even if it feels like that's never going to happen for you, just have that intention, have that awakening along the back line of your legs. With all this going on, see if you can tilt your tailbone a little bit more up towards the ceiling. And remember to breathe. There's quite a lot for you to remember. Come right up onto your tippy toes and take tiny footsteps all the way to behind your ribs. Take a ragdoll at the top of your mat, opposite hand to opposite elbow. Just let your head hang heavy. Relaxing all the muscles in the face here. Maybe a little sway side to side or backwards and forwards. Release your hands, and on an inhale, moving slowly, start to roll up to standing. Reach your arms overhead, take a full body stretch. And bring your hands together at heart center. Close down the eyes if it's comfortable, or a soft gaze towards the floor. And I invite you to start your practice today by bringing to your mind someone or something that you're grateful for. Whatever that thought is, let it carry you through your practice and maybe even through the rest of your day. Gently open your eyes. Inhale as you reach your arms up. Exhale to fold forwards. Halfway lift. Step back, high plank. Pausing in your high plank. Again, awareness of the parts of your body connected with the mat, your foundations. Press down with the hands. Think about the space in between your shoulder blades and try and reach that space up towards the ceiling. Drop your knees, untuck your toes. Keep your elbows close to your body as you come all the way down to the mat. Peel your chest open, baby cobra, and squeeze your shoulder blades together. Push back through your knees, downward facing dog. And as always, when we come back to our down dog, it's a chance to check in with what's going on. So notice what your eyes are doing. Are they trying to dart all around the room, seeing what's going on? See if you can just keep them focused to one spot. One more inhale here. Exhale it all out to walk your feet to your hands. Halfway lift. Fold. Inhale, rise up, reach tall. Exhale as you fold straight back down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high plank. Drop your knees, untuck your toes, slowly come all the way down to the mat. Peel your chest open, cobra, press the tops of the feet down. Push back through your knees, downward facing dog. Inhale fully. Exhale it all out, either walk or lightly float forwards. Halfway lift. Fold. Inhale, rise tall, reach your arms overhead. Exhale as you fold forwards. Lift halfway, flat back. Step back, high plank. Again, drop your knees, untuck your toes. This time bend your elbows just halfway down. Hold it here for 3, for 2, for 1. Upward facing dog. Lift the knees off the mat. Squeeze the armpits. Open the chest. Downward facing dog. Take a couple of full body breaths here. Inhale fully. Exhale it all out, feet to hands, your choice. Halfway lift on the inhale. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, rise tall, reach up. Exhale, fold forwards. Halfway lift. High plank. Staying with that same transition, drop your knees, untuck your toes, bend your elbows just halfway down. Try not to let your shoulders go lower than your elbows. For another 3, for 2, for 1, upward facing dog, knees lifted off the mat. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's take a couple of sighs here in our down dog. Big inhale through the nose, open the mouth and sigh it out. Let's do that once more, in through the nose. Soften knees, gaze forwards, feet to hands. Halfway lift. Fold. Chair pose. Fold forwards. Halfway lift. High plank. Options to go knees, chest, chin, or take full chaturanga if it's in your practice. Up dog or cobra, think about squeezing those armpits. Downward facing dog. Step your right foot forwards, warrior 1, rise up. Open out your warrior 2. Straighten your front leg. Triangle, tilt down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale to reverse. Exhale through your vinyasa, high to low plank. You can drop your knees if you need to here. Downward facing dog. Step your left foot forwards, warrior 1, rise up on the inhale. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, triangle. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale to reverse. Exhale, high to low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Maybe noticing the quality of energy in this down dog now compared to at the start of class. Allowing your breath to clear your mind. Soften knees, gaze forwards, float to your hands. Halfway lift. Fold. Chair pose. Fold forwards. Halfway lift. Low plank, either step or float. Up dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. Right foot forwards, warrior one. Inhale, rise. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, triangle. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale to reverse. Exhale, high to low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Step your left foot forwards, warrior one, rise up. Warrior two. Straighten the front leg. Triangle. Inhale brings you back up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale to reverse. Exhale, low plank. Or skip your vinyasa if you want to. Meeting in a down dog, whichever way you want to get there. And don't wait for me to give you that option. If at any point in your practice you feel like you don't need a vinyasa or you want to come to child's pose, please do. Soften knees, gaze forwards, lightly float to your hands. Halfway lift. Fold. Chair pose. Exhale to fold forwards. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high to low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Step your right foot forwards, warrior one. Warrior two. Triangle. Rise up. Warrior two. Reverse. Low plank. Moving at the speed of your own breath. Up dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. Step your left foot forwards, warrior one, rise up. Warrior two. Triangle. Rise up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale to reverse. Windmill the arms to the mat, either low plank or straight to your downward facing dog. Soften knees, gaze in between your hands like you jump forwards. Halfway lift. Fold. Chair pose. Sitting low in your chair. Bring the weight right into the back of your heels here. And see if you can sink your hips a little bit lower. Start to move slowly. Bring your seat bones all the way down onto the mat. Boat pose. Toes flex back towards you, shoulders relaxed. Place your feet back on the floor without touching the floor. See if you can come back to your chair pose. It's a little bit harder than it looks. We're going to do that once more. Lower the hips down towards the floor. Chair pose. I mean boat pose. Keep breathing. Without overthinking it, chair pose. Hands together at heart center. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, twist towards your right. Maybe check down at the knees. See that they're still in line. Press the palms into each other to spiral the chest open a little bit more. Keep breathing. Think about sending each inhalation to the area of the body that you feel this. Inhale, chair pose, keep the knees bent. Exhale, twist towards your left. See if you can sink the hips a little bit lower. Ujjayi breath. Maybe staying a little bit longer than you want to or you think you can. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, fold forward. Separate your feet and grab your big toes with your first two fingers. Take a halfway lift. Fold deeply over your legs. Let your head just hang heavy. Maybe gently shake your head yes, shake it no. Or maybe you just need a few moments of stillness here. Release your toes. Take a halfway lift. Step back, high to low plank. Up dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. Bring your feet to touch behind you and lift your right leg up. Bring your knee to your nose. Kick it back. Bring your knee to your right elbow. Kick it back. Bring your knee to your left elbow. Kick it back. Bring your knee to your nose. Hold it here for 3. For 2. For 1, kick it back. Bend your knee, open up your hips. Keep pressing down and forwards equally with both hands. Options to stay or gently moving in slow motion, flip your dog. If you flipped into your flip dog, move slowly, come back into a high plank, feet together to touch. Side plank, right hand down, left arm up. You can choose here if you drop your lower knee or lift your top leg. Keep breathing for another 3. For 2. For 1, left forearm down, spin open, side plank the other way. Again, any leg variation here. For 3. For 2. For 1, listen carefully, right forearm down, spin open, forearm plank the other way. Stay with it. For 3. For 2. For 1, left hand down, lift yourself all the way back up, side plank on the left. Last few breaths here. Maybe bring your gaze up towards the right hand. Gently place both hands to the mat, high plank. Either a low plank or straight to your downward facing dog. Meeting in a down dog when you're ready. Lift your right leg up, so we're staying on the right side. Step your foot forwards, crescent lunge, rise up. Take a moment to find your balance. Bring your hands together at heart center. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist to your right. Press your elbow and thigh together, spiral the chest open. You can choose if you keep your palms touching, maybe fly the arms open, or go for a bind. Think about lengthening as you twist. If you're bound, release. Move back in a crescent lunge, rise up. Start to lean your weight forwards and lift up into a warrior 3. If, like me, you've got a wall in the way, maybe just reaching the arms back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Gently step back, crescent lunge. Exhale through your vinyasa, high to low plank. Up dog. Down dog. Bring your feet to touch on the left leg now. Lift that left leg up. Bring your knee to your nose. Kick it back. Knee to left elbow. Kick it back. Bend your knee. Open up your hip. Lift the hips up. Keep breathing. Keep opening to the front line of the body. Make your way back into a high plank. Feet together to come down. First spin open. Staying with it. Keep the core pulled in and up. Make sure you're breathing. Right forearm down, spin, right hand down even. Lift yourself all the way back up. Side plank on the right. Last few breaths. Both hands to the mat, either a vinyasa or straight to your downward facing dog. Taking any movement, any sigh, any shake you need here. Soften knees. Gaze forwards, lightly jump in between your hands. Make your way to lying on your back. Setting up for bridge pose. Feet flat to the floor, hip width apart. Make sure you can just brush your heels with your fingertips. And then press down to lift up. And you can choose if you interlace your fingers underneath you, or maybe press the upper arm bones down and keep the fingers sparked alive. If you're working on any leg variation here, maybe lifting one up at a time, please go for it. Otherwise, just focusing on your breath. See how loud you can make your breath. Allow your breath to be louder than any thoughts that might be coming up in your mind. Any sensations of wanting to release the pose, just breathe into those thoughts, those feelings, those physical sensations. Gently release the pose, roll your spine back along the mat. Sway your knees from side to side. And then lift up, bridge or wheel, go for it, your choice. Notice if you can push your hips a little bit higher this time, really press down with both feet. And gently release the pose, roll back along the mat. Sway your knees from side to side. Last one, bridge or wheel, lift up. Keep breathing. Again, take any leg or arm variation you might be working with here. Gently release whatever pose you're in and roll your spine slowly along the mat. Hug your knees in towards your chest and give yourself a big squeeze. It might feel nice to rock from side to side. And let's take a happy baby. Grab the outer edges of your feet. And again, maybe a rock side to side feels good. Or maybe you just want to stay in stillness, really pulling the knees in towards the armpits. Release the feet and take a chair pose with your legs. Interlace your fingers underneath your head and lift your head and shoulders up off the mat. And we're just going to pulse up towards our knees for a count of 10, 9, 8, keep breathing, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep lifted and drop your right leg so it's 2 inches off the floor. We're going to pulse up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch legs. So left leg 2 inches off the floor and let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. Hug both knees in towards your chest. Grab the underneath of your thighs and take a couple of rock and rolls backwards and forwards along the spine. And we'll meet up in a seated position, both feet flat to the floor, arms out in front of you. Moving as slowly as you can, start to roll your spine along the mat. Keep breathing as you go. Just before your head touches the floor, lift back up. We're going to do that 2 more times. Slowly lower down. And really notice that spot where you really want to just sink into the pose. And see if you can just stay with it. And lifting back up. Last one. If you're like me and making some funny faces as you go, maybe see if you can soften the face, maybe even bring a smile to the lips. Last one, lifting up. And then just let your forehead rest on your knees. Take a few breaths. Notice what energy, the sensations are in your body right now. We're going to take a vinyasa from here. If anyone has a shoot back, please go for it. If you would like to try a shoot back, I will demo one now, and then maybe you can give it a go. So if you would like to try, you're going to take a rock and roll, cross over the ankles, place the hands to the mat, shoot your legs back, and try and land with bent elbows. Maybe pausing your up dog, stretching out the core. Downward facing dog. If the shoot back's too much for you today, or you're just not really in the mood, just make your way to a down dog when you're ready. And from here, unless anyone has any knee issues, in which case you should come to lying on your back and take a thread the needle. We're going to set up for half pigeon, so stepping the right foot towards the left wrist, dropping that back leg down. And make sure you feel quite nice and secure here. So if your right seat bone, your right hip is quite far off the floor, maybe grabbing a cushion or a blanket to place underneath it, and then maybe walking down onto your forearms or all the way down onto your forehead. Maybe feeling the expansion of your stomach on your leg beneath you as you breathe. And as we start slowing down the practice, it's quite normal for various thoughts to start coming up and maybe your mind to start getting a little bit busy again. But again, using your breath as that anchor, really picture it as an anchor rooting you into the present moment. And each time thoughts come up or your mind wanders, not worrying about that happening, but just gently guiding yourself back into the moment. Knowing there's nowhere else you need to be right now, nothing else you need to be doing. Shift your weight onto your right hip and swing that left leg round so you're seated with your left leg stretched out and the sole of your right foot to the inside of your left thigh. Reach your arms up and then lead with your chest. So make sure you're right on your seat bones before you lean forwards. I often end up realizing I'm just leaning on one side. So really root down and then start to lean forwards. You can bring your hands onto your shin, your ankle, the sole of your foot. And just gently start to guide your chest forwards and your forehead down. Try not to round the spine too much. And gently release, come back up to seated. And make your way to a downward facing dog, either taking your vinyasa or just stepping straight back. Take any movement, any stretch you need. And then when you're ready, setting up for half pigeon on the left. So stepping that left foot towards the right wrist. Right leg flat on the floor behind you. And again, if you've got quite a big gap underneath your left seat bone this time on the floor, maybe placing a little cushion or something underneath it. And when you're ready, maybe walking onto your forearms or your forehead. And we're really targeting our left glutes, maybe our left thigh a little bit here. So if you're not feeling it, feel free to take a little bit of movement here. So you really want to find the spot that feels good in your body. Each of us have got such different bodies that it's not surprising that one pose that might work for one of you might not work for another of you. So allow yourself to be a little bit inquisitive here and explore the sensations in your own physical body. Make sure tension from one area of your body isn't creeping up anywhere else. So checking in with your jaw, your forehead, your hands, your shoulders. And then shifting the weight onto the left hip, swinging that right leg round so you're seated with your right leg straight and your left knee bent. Again, making sure you're right on your seat bones, lift up and then lead with the chest, come to a forward fold. And you can stay in stillness here or you can take a little bit of movement. So each time you inhale, find a bit more length. And each time you exhale, fold a little deeper. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale to fold. On an inhale, rise back up to seated. And we're going to take an inversion now. So if you have headstand, handstand in your practice or you want to try that, go ahead. If you have wall space, please use it. If you want something restorative, it feels quite nice. Just bring your seat bones all the way up to the wall and straighten your legs up towards the wall. I can't really do that because I have things on my wall. Or shoulder stand. If you would like to go for shoulder stand, come to lying on your back, keep your feet over your heads into a plow pose. Make sure you've got nice secure positioning with your hands on your lower back and then lift your feet up. Whichever variation of an inversion you're going for, we're just trying to get our feet up high for a few lovely deep breaths. If you're in headstand, handstand, come to child's pose. If you're in shoulder stand, start to bend your knees and bring them down towards your forehead or your ears. Pausing here. If you're in your dead man's or deaf man's pose like I am right now, maybe using your hands as brakes along the mat and as slowly as you can, with control, roll yourself out of the pose. When everyone is good and ready, we'll meet lying flat on our backs. I'm going to take a spinal twist, so hugging the right knee in towards your chest. Let it fall over to the left. Open the right arm out towards the right and gaze over towards the right. Aiming to keep both shoulders relaxed on the mat here. Come back through center. And we'll swap sides, so hugging that left knee in towards the chest and let it fall over to the right. Opening the left arm out to the left, maybe gaze towards the left. And just enjoy the sensation of the whole spine twisting, decompressing. Keeping your breath at the forefront of your mind for these final few moments. Come back to center. We're going to finish up with a fish pose. So bring the palms of your hands flat underneath your seat bones and lift up onto your forearms. Open the chest towards the ceiling and let the crown of the head come onto the floor. If your hair is in the way, maybe a bun or a ponytail, move it out of the way. So you want the crown of the head in connection with the floor. Let's take a lion's breath here together. In through the nose. And then open the mouth on the exhalation. Stick the tongue out and go. Let's do that once more. In through the nose. Lion's breath out. Gently release the pose. Untuck your head, release your hands. Hug both knees in towards your chest. Bring your forehead up towards your knees. Scrunch up your toes near your fingers. Bring your shoulders up towards your ears. Make everything as tense as it can possibly be. Take a big inhale through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth as you let go, release. Let's do that once more. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Bring your forehead towards your knees. Scrunch up your toes, your fingers. Bring your shoulders up towards your ears. Bring as much tension as you can into your body. Take an inhale through the nose and hold it at the top. Exhale out through the mouth. Let go, release. Coming into your final resting pose, Shavasana. Allowing your body to be in complete stillness for these final few moments. Letting your body absorb the practice, absorb the sensations, and just enjoy some moments of stillness. Gently start to deepen your breath. Bring some movement to your fingers and your toes. Reach your arms overhead and take a full body stretch. Roll onto your right side into a fetal position. And make your way up to a comfortable seat. Your eyes closed, hands together at heart center. And just take a moment of stillness. Press your thumb knuckles into your heart center and sit a little bit taller. Lift your thumb knuckles up to your forehead center. And together we bow forwards and say, Namaste. Thank you all very much. Let me know if you have any questions, any feedback, any thoughts. I'm doing another live stream on Sunday morning at 10 a.m. So I hope to see some of you there. And yeah, just let me know anything you want to let me know. Otherwise, I'm sending you all the love, all the best in this quite strange time. And if there's anything I can do, please let me know.